Brothers and sisters in Nigeria, in diaspora, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to be before you this evening over here in Nigeria in my capacity as the National Coordinator for Diaspora Affairs of the African Democratic Congress, and to address you on this very important gathering on the theme National Engagement with Diaspora and Political Movement. This topic, you will all agree with me, is timely, it's also fundamental to the future of Nigerian democracy. Across the globe, millions of Nigerians in diaspora are not merely economic migrants. They are professionals, they are scholars, entrepreneurs, activists, and patriots who remain emotionally, culturally, and politically invested in the destiny of our nation. They contribute billions of dollars annually to the Nigerian economy through remittances, investment, philanthropy, and knowledge transfer. Yet, paradoxically, they remain structurally excluded from the direct political participation in the country they continue to sustain. The diaspora is no longer a peripheral constituency. It is an emerging political force, conscious, organized, and increasingly vocal. From London to Washington, Johannesburg to Dubai, Berlin to Toronto, Nigerians abroad are forming political movements, policy platforms, advocacy networks, and reform coalitions. These movements are driven by a common desire to rescue Nigeria from the vicious cycle of poor leadership, weak institutions, economic decline, and democratic regression. National engagement with the diaspora political movement must therefore go beyond ceremonial recognition or rhetorical appreciation. It must translate into institutional inclusion, legal reforms, strategic partnership, and political empowerment. Engagement means recognizing the diaspora as stakeholders in nation building, not spectators of national decay. For the African Democratic Congress, this engagement is not optional, it is ideological. ADC was founded on the principles of inclusion, justice, competence, and people-oriented governance. We believe that the future of Nigeria cannot be built in isolation from the intellectual capital, professional expertise, global exposure, and reformist energy of Nigerians in the diaspora. Diaspora and political engagement brings three strategic advantages to the national development. First, it injects new political culture. one, anchored on accountability, issue-based politics, and performance metrics. Second, it introduced global best practices in governance, policy formulation, digital democracy, and institutional management, repositioning Nigeria as a serious democratic project in the Committee of Nations. However, meaningful engagement also requires courage to confront the structural barriers. These include the absence of diaspora voting rights, weak legal framework for political participation, mistrust between domestic and diaspora actors, and the politics of exclusion that thrives on fear of competition and loss of control. The task before us is therefore both political and constitutional. We must advocate for diaspora voting. We must build party structures abroad. We must integrate diaspora voices in policy development. We must create platforms for joint political action between home-based and diaspora Nigerians. And above all, we must redefine patriotism, not by geography, not by commitment to national transformation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the future of Nigeria will not be shaped only within our borders. It will also be shaped in boardrooms, in classrooms, laboratories, hospitals, trade unions, political platforms across the world where Nigerians are making impact daily. To ignore this reality is to ignore a strategic national asset. The African Democratic Congress is therefore committed to building a transnational movement, one that bridges the gap between home and abroad, that mobilizes competence over connections, ideas over identities, and visions over violence. Let this engagement mark a new chapter in Nigerian political history, a chapter where the diaspora is not just sending money home, but sending leadership, ideas, policies, and democratic values home. Nigeria must no longer export our best minds and import our worst leaders. Today, at home and abroad, we can reclaim the soul of Nigeria. Finally, I would want to reaffirm that the history of liberation of nations across the globe had antecedent in diaspora mobilization. Biblically, Nehemiah, who was living in the comfort zone of the palace of King Cyprus, could not enjoy his stay because his country was in ruins. Disturbed by the state of affairs, he put up a countenance that attracted the attention of the king. And when the king sought to know, he informed the king that though he was happy living in exile, which is diaspora, but the walls of Jerusalem had collapsed. He sought the support of the king and a permission and license to go back and build the fallen walls. Of course, the challenges and then the sabotage of some of his colleagues in other diaspora elements to frustrate the effort is a historical fact known to all. Of course, the Nigerian diaspora movement, which is the seventh geopolitical zone of the African Democratic Congress, though living today in the palaces from the United Kingdom to US, Asia, across the Pacific. As I speak this evening, I can see the faces of distinguished members of this movement putting up displeasing countenances. And the issues with every diaspora member here today is that the walls of his great country, Nigeria, has fallen, and he can no more enjoy the palace of King Cyprus. That's why we are here this evening, to obtain a license from King Cyprus to go and rebuild the Nigerian fallen walls. Thank you very much for this golden opportunity, listening to me. If it is wisdom, let us form the basis of our engagement. If it is foolishness, then it should be discarded and credited to me. Forgiveness should be credited to me, the account of the man of Calvary. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. God bless you indeed, His Excellency, Honorable Solomon Dalung, and those friends, comrades, partners just joining us. You are welcome. This is a global engagement meeting for structure, for support group of ADC in the diaspora. Today, the 31st of January, 2026. And the meeting started exactly 5 o'clock Nigerian time. So one of those very pivotal words used there is, let this engagement be one very powerful, dynamic engagement for a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is all we're all praying for. So you're welcome. Before we go ahead, His Excellency, you're going to be here because there'll be questions, there'll be speeches being made. But before we go on, I want to acknowledge the presence of some noble men and women that are joining us as they come in. I saw there Her Excellency Miss Loretta Onoche. Are you still there? Miss Loretta, are you here? I think I saw that phone come in with that name. Also, are some coordinators, ADC chairmen from different ADCDN region. We have Mazio Biokoli, the ADC chairman for UK, Scotland, and Ireland. Are you here, Mazio Biokoli?
Yes, I'm here. I greet you all with the sincere greetings of peace. Thank you for joining us today. As we go ahead in the evenings, we shall be giving you additional information on why ADC is the party to watch and the party to vote for. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, sir. I'm also seeing you're supposed to be my partner here, Professor Issa Odidi. Is that correct? Did I pronounce it well? Can you unmute, please, and join, put on your video so you join the stream. Okay, also acknowledging the presence of the Vice Chair. So acknowledging the presence of the Vice Chair of ADCDN, ADC Diaspora Network, the Vice Chair of Ms. Bosse Raila Adamu. Ms. Bosse Raila Adamu, you're welcome. I hope you're still here with us. Also acknowledging the presence of, I see, there's a name I saw here, Dr. Tony, Chairperson, ADC Diaspora UK. Also, there is Councillor, sorry, I wouldn't know the names if it's not well written. So, but anyway, we acknowledge all coordinators, ADC, different regions, all support groups, ADC, DN, and all the chairmen. You're all welcome. Please, if you're here and you're a chairman of a region, you want to be acknowledged, please raise your hands or probably make your phone to have your name so I can see that. So we go on with the program. His Excellency Solomon Dalung has given us an open speech. we want to follow up with a second speech, also opening remark by by ADC DN Chairman. That's Honorable Kenneth Bandy, and duly represented here by Ms. Bosse Raila. Ms. Bosse, open up and go ahead with your speech, with the speech for Excellency Kenneth Bandy. Ms. Bosse?
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Bosse Raila Dalung, Deputy ADC DM and Woman Leader. I bring warm greetings from our leader, Honorable Kenneth Bandy, currently in Nigeria, mobilizing at the grassroots and from the entire ADC continental leadership. This global engagement meeting is timely, strategic, long before coalition politics became popular. The ADC diaspora was already a united Nigeria across the divide and actively supporting the home from through mobilization, advocacy, sustained political engagement. However, despite our constitutional status as the party 7 geopolitical zone, the diaspora has not been adequately represented in recent coalition structures. This gap must be urgently addressed. The ADCDM Strategic Conventions 2025 gave us a clear direction: ethnic leadership, stronger diaspora home inclusion of women, youth, and a bold vision for 2027. Today's meeting is a call to unite our structure, align our strategies, and make diaspora driving force of ADC new agenda. A divided diaspora weaken us. A united one strengthen the party. Let us turn words into action and make diaspora prevail and parallel. Together, let us arise and shine for ADC and for Nigeria. ADC, arise and shine, Nigeria.
ADC,
Thank you.
arise and shine, Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes, thank you very much. That was Ms. Bosse Raila making her speech on behalf of ADC Diaspora Network. Now, for some of us that are probably new here, let's understand that the Diaspora Network is the structure. It has been the lead structure of ADC for almost 9 years now. The Diaspora Network has been operating, has been carrying ADC out here in abroad. The Diaspora Network also has continental structure. So we have all of the continents represented, and I hope the chairmen are all here, hopefully. So we have the chairman for Asia, we have Africa, we have North America, we have Europe, and all of the continents together. So thank you very much, Ms. Bosse Raila. Thank you. For those just joining us, you are welcome. This is because more new people are joining. This is today's global engagement meeting for structures and support group for the Diaspora ADC. And we've had 2 speeches so far. His Excellency Solomon, do we go ahead with speeches? What do we do now as an agenda? Is it question and answers? Because the words of the ADCDN Kenneth Bandy being spoken by Bosse is very, very strong too. The DN, the diaspora has not been carried along in this new coalition arrangement. That's one of the words I heard from that speech. So do we go with question and answer, sir, or more speeches?
We now have to listen to Professor Issa Odidi.
Okay.
after Professor Issa Udidi, other leaders of the Diaspora Network present in the House also be given an opportunity to deliver their speeches. Then at the end of the day, we'll now take question and answers.
Okay.
Other leaders of the party who have joined, because my sister, the very active and vibrant Lorenta Onocha, a woman of substance, a great patriot, is also in the house.
Yes.
Although she's a converted diaspora, because
yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have taken her home. Yeah, we'll take speeches from them, because today will be more of speeches, because we want to aggregate ideas from the diaspora of what actually, how do we move forward with the seventh political constituency, a very unique political zone. So how do we move forward? And in doing this, opinions are very, very critical. Because I don't want an idea where a leader monopolizes wisdom, like the problem of the Nigerian administration, and begin to dictate things which are not relevant and consequential to development. So I want the ideas to flow from the diaspora, because when I'm home, I'm not a novice to the diaspora politics, but I'm already domesticated here in Nigeria. So the situation as it is today, the dynamics, the changes, I cannot attest to. So this must flow from you. So all the leaders here will have to bring in their ideas through speeches, how their movement, the health of their movements, and then subsequently we'll take questions and we'll address issues just like what has been raised by the Vice President of ADC Network, and other issues that will be raised, we'll address them, leaders will address them, and we will, after all these speeches, retire to the boardroom now and aggregate it into policies, actions.
More
and
importantly,
we timeline them, because ours is a different and a unique geopolitical zone. So this is how I want us to operate.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. The plan is taken. It's awesome. So let's have Professor. Professor, are you open now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
We can hear you, but you also need your
I'm having
video.
difficulty with. Yes, I'm having difficulty with the video, getting that set up. I don't know what's going on here. So, but yeah, I'll keep walking while I speak.
Okay.
So basically, good evening for those who are in the evenings, and good morning for those who are in the mornings, mostly in the Western Hemisphere, and those in the Southern Hemisphere in the evening. And special greetings to His Excellency Honorable Solomon Dalung, the coordinator for Diaspora for ADC. Also, I'd like to also acknowledge and welcome Honorable Abdullahi Musa Elayo, Ak Bala Sani Kangiwa, Senator Suleiman Nazif, and Faith Sylvester. If I know Faith is here, I don't know if the other vice chairman I just called are present in the meeting. If they are, I acknowledge them and welcome them. I also want to acknowledge my my fellow compatriots in our support group, which is the ADC Diaspora and Nigerian Alliance group. Now, I'm privileged to speak on their behalf and on behalf of people in diaspora, and I particularly appreciate that Solomon Dalung, Honorable Solomon Dalung, has been reaching out to people in diaspora, and I think I'm also particularly appreciative of the fact that he's been the one who's been asked to coordinate this and make all this work, because, as he said, he knows diaspora very well. I mean, I go way back with His Excellency with regards to diaspora affairs, many decades. And he's a comrade, of no mean stature. So I think it's very good that he's certainly in charge. Now, talking about in charge, who is in charge, it's about structure. What is the structure of the people in diaspora and the ADC diaspora movement? We really have to look at it very carefully and handle how the structure is organized and labeled with care. Or else, as His Excellency knows very well, diaspora is very complex. A lot of things are going to go wrong. When I hear people speak today and previously in the past, or many of the communications I see on the social media, they seem to be confused as to what's really happening. My understanding is that the leadership of the ADC diaspora is Solomon Dalung and the various vice national chairmen are right there at the headquarters in Nigeria. That is the reason why when we set up the group that we belong to, our support group, ADC Nigeria and Diaspora Alliance, we wanted to link diasporan people with people in Nigeria. Yes, Nigerians in diaspora can fly back to Nigeria and try to organize locally. That's nice, but that's not efficient. There are people on the ground like Solomon Dalung and the ADC leadership with all the membership at the various local government and wards and at councils and states and regions that are actively working hard. There are so many aspirants, leaders that are working hard and trying to galvanize the people on the ground. There are ways that the diasporans can contribute, and that's what Solomon Dalung was saying when he said he wants to hear strategy. He wants to hear, how these things can be done. How can diasporan, power be felt in Nigeria or be utilized in Nigeria? I think that's what we should be looking at. That being the case, I've had a lot of discussions with His Excellency and the leadership at home, and it seems that the idea is to have support groups or supporters, that's whatever you want to call them, support groups. And these groups can work independently. They can organize themselves both in diaspora or at home, but at home they should coordinate with headquarters at home when they're doing their work, and they cooperate among themselves, regionally. So it's a misnomer as far as I'm concerned, as an intellectual, for a group to call themselves ADC Diaspora. That doesn't carry anything. It just sends, it's a misnomer. It just sends the wrong information. Because the ADC Diaspora, they exist, as I see it, as groups. You understand? Unless they're all organized and there's an election and there's an appointment from Abuja saying, okay, ADC will have ADC in New York, ADC in Toronto, ADC in London, in China, wherever, as a party. Okay, this method existed in the past and it didn't really work well. I've been in this diaspora business, so to speak, for a long time. I was the director of diaspora campaign for Babangida when he was thinking of running. All right, he didn't run. Then I became the director of diaspora for His Excellency late Buhari in the 2015 election. Okay, and then recently I just finished the tenure in the last election, 2023. I was the director occupying the same kind of seat that His Excellency is occupying at the PDP headquarters, and I was also the director of campaign for His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. Okay, so I know what's going on. And when you talk about the diaspora, I, together with Jimmy Lawal, when Obasanjo visited the United States, and there was the issue of no cooperation, and how do you get diasporas together? In the house of the late Jibril Aminu, who was the Nigerian High Commissioner to the United States, the idea of the NIDO, Nigerian Diaspora Organization, came up. I financed all that. I was a member of the board. I was supposed to be slotted in to be on the president or vice president, but I was running a company, and that didn't allow me to take part publicly in those kind of things. So if it comes to talk about diaspora, we've been doing this for a long time. So we know the best option, the best structure, I think, is what ADC Diaspora at the ADC headquarters are trying to put together. Various support groups working together, working with national headquarters. I think that's the way to go. Nobody claiming leadership alone. Yes, we acknowledge people have worked very hard in the past, but this is a new dispensation. You have a new ADC, you have a new leadership in the ADC, and they're trying to reorganize the diaspora properly so that everybody benefits. And I think we should be cognizant of that. And, by no means are we saying the efforts of people, like Kenneth Bandy or myself and other people have gone in vain or are not recognized. They are recognized. But we just have to allow the new dispensation and the new organization to work, because it hasn't worked well in the past. So why repeat the same thing again? So let's work closely with ADC. Let's Diaspora, office in ADC headquarters in Nigeria. Let's work with Solomon Dalung and his group, and let's get things done. So that's what I want to say about the issue of structure, because I think that is very critical. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Professor Issa Odidi, that was strong. So who do we go with now, His Excellency? Who do we call at this point?
Ambassador Makinde want to speak.
Okay.
You can allow me.
Okay. Sorry, Ambassador Makinde, where are you representing?
Yes, I want to speak especially about our leader.
No. Sorry. The question is which of the support group are you representing? From where and who are you? Sorry, let's meet you.
Nigeria and Diaspora from the group of Professor Issa Odidi.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. With the permission of His Excellency, yes, you can go ahead.
Well,
thank you very much.
Let's have the ambassador from the same group with Professor Didi, because it's an engagement. So then thereafter we can for our sister.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate you, especially His Excellency, my dear Sikh name Solomon Dalung. You have performed very well during your governorship, and you have did well during your ministerial appointment as a sport minister. You have conquered. You get 80% out of your own race. Having said that, Professor Issa Odidi is a man who can... Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you're okay. Go ahead.
Yes. Professor Issa Odidi is capable to handle diaspora group. And before you mention what he has achieved a lot, we are being carried along since all the way he has started the diaspora directors, we know what he can do. So I'm using this opportunity to suggest where you can give Professor Issa Odidi a position to capture all the diaspora. This is what we're having in our group. He has many copies of his own achievements. At the same time, he loves to carry all the people along. He spent his money, he spent his time. So I'm not using this opportunity to say he's trying, but I would like to suggest that you should give him a position so that it will carry all of us along. So that is my suggestion. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the meeting needs to be guided.
Yes.
Let me categorically state that I'm familiar with the diaspora environment, like Elias stated, and like also Professor Didi did mention. We've been in this, but maybe at the background for over a decade. and where our path has crossed. We met with him on so many occasions in this diaspora engagement. But I think what we're here to do today is to try to come up with ideas as to how to manage this zone.
Yeah.
Because there is no political party in Nigeria that has constitutionally recognized and created the diaspora as the seventh geopolitical zone except ADC. So ADC has created our zone. It is a constitutional entity. But hitherto, there were people who held different positions from different political parties representing either candidates or the parties. And let me also correct an impression here.
Mm-hmm.
The ADC is a coalition. This coalition has about 5 political parties. The ADC, the PDP, the APC, the SDP,
mm-hmm.
the Labour Party. Leaders from these 5 political parties came together. Even ABGA came together to
mm-hmm.
form this coalition. Now, if the Constitution has created the 7th geopolitical zone, whatever is going to be leadership in this geopolitical zone must be a reflection of this component.
Okay.
If we must be very, very fair. But if we are going to go with a unilateral idea of choosing one, leaving 5 behind, then we are going to have problems. At home, here in Nigeria, leadership positions have been shared between these 5 political parties that came together. And everything is done on the basis of this.
Okay.
Therefore, I would want us to be guided.
Okay. Okay.
You can now yield the mic to Lawrence Onocha.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, to come on board.
Yes. Is Her Excellency here? You can unmute your phone and also start your video. Are you here?
Yes, I am.
Oh, wonderful. You're welcome. Good to see you again.
Delighted to be here.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. And let me start by reminding our leader that I am fully diasporan. And can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, go ahead, loud and
You're audible.
Very
okay. That I'm not a converted diaspora. I have lived in the UK for 32 years. And I was the spokesperson on African issues in the Conservative Party of the United Kingdom. So I have, although I partially live in Nigeria, but I'm always in the UK. I go back frequently. So I'm fully diasporan, and and I don't know how our leader forgot that. But having said that, I will just say that that there are so many ways Nigerians in the diaspora can support the work of the African Democratic Congress, and it's one of the political parties we have in Nigeria. That's why we are all here. The first step is to join the African Democratic Congress, because the ADC has created a dedicated diaspora network that treats Nigerians abroad as its 7th geopolitical zone, with structures across continents, including Europe, the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Middle East, Oceania, Pacific. We are everywhere. So the first step is usually to register as a member through the ADC Diaspora Network platform or the main party membership portal, which will soon be up and running. Another way is to, after you have done this, to take up leadership roles in local diaspora chapters to help coordinate activities and bridge connections with party leadership in Nigeria. Attend online global town halls like we are having now, summits and dialogues the party organizes for diaspora members, which broaden political and strategic engagement. Why this matters is that ADC views the diaspora as a source of brain gain, experiences, and international best practice to help transform Nigeria's political culture, landscape, and governance. ADC and its diaspora initiatives are closely tied to broader democratic reforms and diaspora political rights, including the push for diaspora voting rights and stronger engagement in Nigeria's democratic processes. We have to raise awareness among diaspora communities and through international platforms about the importance of diaspora political inclusion in governance reforms. We need to write opinion pieces, join global campaigns, and collaborate with diaspora coalitions advocating for electoral reforms that benefit Nigerians abroad. ADC has emphasized civic engagement, election preparedness, and leadership development, including initiatives like the Digital Political Academy, which promotes political literacy and civic awareness. And this is how all of us can help. We have to promote and share civic education content with Nigerians locally and abroad, especially around fair elections, democratic norms, and policy issues. Organize or participate in local discussions, seminars, or webinars about Nigeria's political development and the role the diaspora can play. Support voter education programs that encourage informed participation and accountability. We can also help in fundraising and provide strategic resources. Like many political organizations, the ADC needs financial support and strategic expertise, areas where diaspora Nigerians can make a direct impact. I would suggest that fundraising for party programs and diaspora initiatives, including digital campaigns, civic education drives, and community outreach. I will also suggest for us to offer technical expertise or mentorship, especially in areas like governance, policy analysis, campaign strategy, and technology. We can also provide pro bono professional services, e.g., legal, communications, research where needed. The ADC has aligned with other reform-oriented movements and networks to broaden its reach and impact ahead of major elections such as 2027. The Diaspora Network can include connecting ADC with diaspora coalitions or groups focused on democracy, human rights, and governance in Nigeria, representing the party and its ideals in international fora, conferences, and diaspora advocacy spaces. We can, as Nigerians in the diaspora, often have access to international audiences and media platforms. We can use that reach to share the ADC positions and policy goals in international media and social platforms, engage global civil society and diaspora networks on issues like transparency, inclusion, and equitable governance, counter misinformation, and provide accurate context about Nigeria's political landscape. And why does the diaspora support matters? The ADC push to formally integrate diaspora engagement reflects a belief that Nigerians abroad possess valuable expertise, international exposure, and resources that can help drive democratic renewal at home. Supporting a political party from overseas, especially when voting rights are still evolving, depends less on direct electoral influence and more on strategic engagement, advocacy, thought leadership, and organized structural support, especially as Nigeria continues to discuss mechanisms like diaspora voting. This support becomes increasingly significant. And I hope we will all take on board what I have just said. And I will say again that I'm delighted to be here in this meeting as I am part of you. ADC.
Arise.
AD&C.
Arise. ADC, arise and shine. Wow.
Arise and shine.
Shine. Yes.
Well done.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency, Miss Loretta Onoche. Beautiful speech there. You always come with resourceful tips. You always bring this part of your speech that really carries everybody along, bring ideas into what should be done. Solution profiling. That's wonderful. And I think,
Thank you.
Yes. Last time I remember having you. Now I do remember, and you did similar thing. That's good of you, Mommy.
Thank you.
So we want to keep this meeting in a very special way. The talk of coming to canvass for somebody or coming to ask, seek for position is not why we're here, please.
Exactly.
It's not about, it's a general thing. Everybody has the ability in diaspora. Nigerians in diaspora are dynamic people. So please, let's not have those kind of speech where somebody is advocating or saying somebody should be the leader. And all. That's not what we're here, please. We want speeches to be resourceful. I mean, look at what our mommy is doing. Look at Honorable Loretta's speech. So let's use that template as what we will have tonight, and not I'm this, I'm that, I worked for this man, I did.
Absolutely.
Listen, we all worked for everybody. We're not here to ego trip. It's not about ego tripping. Everybody has done something. Miss Loretta was a minister. Our honorable coordinator was a minister. And you don't even know some people's own private resume. Some people probably worked for God. Bigger than any other thing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's have great speeches now. We have 3 hands up. His Excellency, do we go ahead with the hands that are up? What do we do? His Excellency, okay, I think we've lost maybe phone problem there. Okay, let's have, we had 2 hands initially. Nnamdi. No, we had Hussaini Umar. Hussaini Umar, are you there? Your hands have been up all the while. So unmute your phone and let's hear you. But please, you have just 5 minutes max to do your presentation. Thank you. Hussaini Umar. Hussaini, go ahead. Okay, now let's have Mazi Obi Okoli. Mazi Obi Okoli from ADC, UK, Scotland, and Ireland. Go ahead, Mazi Obi Okoli. Unmute your phone and speak. 5 minutes.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this conference tonight, and I greet you with the sincere greetings of peace. We warmly welcome you to the African Democratic Congress Network, ADC-DN, established in Europe in 2013. As we moved together, we are united by a shared purpose, building momentum for change. This brings us to a critical question. How can ADC-DN drive meaningful impact ahead of 2027? Nigeria stands at a defining moment in its history. With the 2027 elections and general elections approaching, The demand for credible leadership, national unity, visionary governance has never been more urgent. At ADCDN, the African Democratic Congress Diaspora Alliance, we believe that Nigerians in the diaspora are not merely observers. We are vital stakeholders in shaping the future of our homeland. Our mission is very clear: to mobilize knowledge, resources, integrity-driven leadership capable of transforming Nigeria from the ground up. To achieve real and lasting impact, we must grow strategically, intentionally, and inclusively. Together, we can do this by expanding our reach, through the establishment of vibrant ADC-DN chapters across UK, for us in the UK, and actively engage Nigerian professionals, students, and community leaders. We are engaging at the grassroots, supporting voters' education, youth empowerment, civic awareness initiatives in Nigeria through strong partnership on the ground. We are leveraging on our expertise by applying diaspora knowledge and global experience to shape policies in governance, innovation, education, and entrepreneurship. We are building coalitions. We collaborate with reformed-minded organizations and movements that share our vision for transparent and accountable governance. We are empowering leadership in diaspora. We are identifying, we are training, we are supporting credible candidates who exemplify integrity, service, and compassion. Our true strength lies not in our numbers, but in our unity of purpose. If we begin organizing now, in 2027, not in 2027, but today, we will be strong. We will be strong and viral. And what we are doing in the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Scotland is to identify all supporting networks that can then integrate and work with us towards a sustainable African Democratic Party that will change the narrative and become a party that will drive Nigeria towards the Millennium Achievement. Thank you very much for joining us today as we partner together to make Nigeria better. ADC.
Arise and shine. Nice. Thank you. That was splendid. Thank you. Mazi Obiokoli, ADCDN chairman for UK, Scotland, and Ireland. Yes, Mazi, you'll be on queue. I know questions might come to you, so but let's put you on queue here for the meantime. Dr. Tony, I'm not seeing the full names there, but I can see Dr. Tony. Your hands are up. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Tony.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this honorable platform. First of all, I will start by thanking Honorable Dalung for his initiative in pushing this agenda and this movement. And then I would like to as well thank Mazi Obiokoli for his splendid presentation. Yeah, we work together. So I'm the regional chairman for ADC UK Diaspora Network, Southeast UK. Yeah, what I would like to acknowledge is the fact that Honorable Dalung has been on this journey for quite a decade and has actually known and notified what works and what did not work in the past. And then I can be able to say that what I believe that we could do to be able to reach the grassroots, is to try to help regionalize all diaspora working group so that every Nigerian, no matter any suburb you live in diaspora, will be networked into what we are doing. And in so doing, we are as well rolling out some grassroots mobilization back home to have representative back home, people that will be able to educate our people back home in terms of good governance. What we need is good governance. ADC has been a moving trend, which everybody should join now and make the difference that we deserve. Our children deserve better. Thank you, and God bless. ADC.
Arise and shine. Nice. That's another good one. Short and powerful. Dr. Tony, thank you. Yes, we have more hands. His Excellency, we lost you earlier. You can you hear the voices?
Yeah, I am back
Good.
and audible.
Okay. Yeah, so there are hands up, raised up, and I've been calling them one.
I don't know whether, excuse me, please. I don't know whether the vice chairman are in the house. If the vice chairman are in the house, they should also take their chances to speak.
Yes.
Before we take questions.
Are the vice chairman in the house? I think we have. Let me see those names. Do we have any of vice chair, Diaspora vice national chair? Okay, I think. Do we have Honorable Abdullah Musa Eleyor? Do we have Senator Suleiman Nazif? I don't think so. No. So, His Excellency, they are not around. The names
Yeah,
are...
so we can take questions.
Okay.
And continue, and contributions and continue.
Okay, I think it's contribution this time. So yes, Nnamdi, go ahead, unmute your phone and let's hear you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. My name is Honorable Nnamdi Mora. I'm the convener of ADC Diaspora Coalition. Please let me stand on all the existing protocols. His Excellency, thank you for taking out time to come and speak to us. And I want to also thank all the people that have spoken before me for eloquence and also being very discerning in what they say. ADC for me is a child of necessity. It's a destiny child that has been long awaited for, with the emasculation and suffocation of opposition parties. ADC gave we Nigerians another chance to have a better country for ourselves. So against those backdrop, on July when the coalition came into force, we immediately, people from various political parties coming from Labour, PDP, and every other parties across came together to form this ADC Diaspora Coalition. And immediately we set forth, we reached out to the then national chairman, Chief Okenwosu, who graced us with his presence in London. We hosted him. And after the interaction, we released our press statement, started mobilizing people, opened our WhatsApp forum, started having to reach out to people, to govern people. We are not envious of the fact any other group that exists. However, we are working for one goal. Therefore, the idea of having various groups representing different tendencies, utilizing their strength will be, let's continue as they are, because if we go into the politics of harmonizing everybody, we're going to get, we're going to not to make, I don't think we're going to make any meaningful progress, and the election is around the corner. So like my group already, we have started putting together, because what we see in diaspora is that diaspora can do a lot of things. Diaspora, we have said in our statement, should not be an afterthought, but diaspora holds the database, the intellectual banks and knowledges that can be utilized to make that correct and rightful noise and contact and network that is going to support or help to complement the efforts made in our country. Therefore, we are looking at currently, the party has constituted a policy committee, integrity of identify the guiding principles and philosophy of the party to bring out a policy document. Against this backdrop, we are also planning to host a conference in the UK in May to start up a physical conference, not a virtual conference, to start interacting with people, because we have a lot of great minds, people from diverse sectors, diverse careers, who can actually bring to bear the ideas and knowledge needed to guide this political party, because we need Nigerians to see an alternative, and the alternative is what we must present. Therefore, we are saying here that we support the idea. I think there was a speaker, Professor Didi, who said, let the different tendencies and groups exist. Let us, the HQ, afford us the opportunity to register and get recognized, and encourage us to continue with our agendas and activities that we have planned, because we have lofty ideas, we have great plans that we plan them to do, to start galvanizing our people here in the UK and back home. And all those things can happen when, for me, if we can achieve it, when we aggregate all those efforts, I believe it's going to become something resounding and amount to a great impact.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. And after you now, thank you.
Thank you very much, Nnamdi Mora. Thank you. Yes, I want to know if the diaspora coordinators, vice chair are here. Do we have any of the vice chair, diaspora coordinator from the national? Okay. His Excellency, go ahead. What do you say we do next?
Yes, if none of them is in the house yet.
Yes, none is in
then we still open more windows if there are
more hands. Going up. Yes, we have Stanley. Please, like we said, let's make it brief and also straight to the point, straight to what matters, core issues, punchline. So, Stanley, are you there? Stanley, unmute.
Yes, I am here. So I have more of a question than a message. Should I go ahead and ask a question to His Excellency?
Okay, His Excellency, Stanley says it's a question he has.
You can go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So I all protocols observe. Thank you so much for the opportunity and also for the privilege. I'm happy to hear from His Excellency that the coalition is a combination of parties, including Labour Party. I just came off the call now from my own wards meeting. We're doing inauguration of my ward as we speak. Just to tell you that, yes, I'm in London, but a lot is happening as well back home from us. Also, our mommy made a speech here, which was so touching to me. She talked about the technicalities and the capabilities and skills that can come from diaspora, which is very powerful to me. Briefly, I run an IT cybersecurity firm in London, and I was a consultant to Labour Party. How to manage those services, those systems by the INEC. But it went the way it went, which is a different story. So my question to you now, sir, is have this coalition done what we call lesson learned? The mistake we made, when I say we, the Labour parties of 2023, that lead to where we are today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. I think you asked a very germane and technical question. And permit me to volunteer certain information about the coalition. The coalition, when started for over 18 months before it was birthed into a party. And it started with reviewing the political history of our democracies, failures and progress recorded, the role of actors, civic participation, the electoral empire. We also commissioned a committee of experts who reviewed Nigerian elections since 1960 to 2023 and turned in a report. So, for the purpose of this, the consumption of this audience, I will conclude by telling you that, of course, we have taken note of the lessons in the past, and of course, recommendations were provided as to how we can deal with such situations, and such recommendations included engaging more hands, professionals from that field as part of the democratic institution to rescue Nigeria. That is to say that we cannot only just mobilize Nigerians as it was done in 2023, just for somebody to sit with a cup of tea and dismiss the entire effort with just a statement, technical glitch. So issues like this have been taken care of, and we are building and developing and will continue to develop the infrastructures that will definitely safeguard, protect, and deliver election results to Nigerians after all efforts invested in elections. I think I will end here. Thank you.
Good one. Thank you, Stanley, for the question. Thank you, His Excellency, for the answer too. More hands are up, even though this wasn't how it was supposed to go, but I think we will go this way. His Excellency, we still don't have any of the coordinators, the vice chair coordinators. So do we continue?
We go ahead. Yeah, we go ahead.
Okay. Yes, there is Ngbidi Emmanuel. Is that pronounced well? Emmanuel Ngbidi, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, His Excellency, the comrades, Solomon Dalung, the national coordinators, I'm Dr. Anifu Ngbidi Emmanuel, the Secretary General of the Middle East and Asian ADC Coalition. My chairman, Dr. Benchuk happens not to be around today. Thank you for your opening remarks and giving a lot of hope for us, the diasporans, who are tired of the way things have been going on and have decided that, okay, let us have a rescue mission, and we're now part of the coalition. My suggestions or my advice is that the registration that is about to start or ongoing, let us have a broad-based data of the ADC coalition members, home and abroad. Then let us analyze it. We should open up registration of ADC coalition members in the ADC diaspora network that we can incorporate into the database of ADC. By so doing, also trying to recognize us, the Zone 7 of the ADC diaspora network, as part of Nigerians that will be given the voting rights in the primaries, in the elections. By so doing, we will now become more incorporated in the grassroots mobilization at our various levels. Now, if you are in Asia, you are in London, you are in UK, and you come from the same geopolitical entity or from the same political world, going home, you come from the same world, there should be a link. The registration should be able to link you to those that are from your place that you can have your own political world arrangement to galvanize election victory for ADC. And those that are not even from the same continent, but because no matter how we talk about it, politics must be local. The victory of the politics is local. The force that is going to make this local success come up can come from the diaspora outside, but let our registration be harmonized in such a way that we that are outside Nigeria will be recognized and be empowered to mobilize support for ADC in our localities so that we will have a more hitch-free and impactful relationship with the diasporan Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. His Excellency, you need to unmute your phone. Your phone is muted.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, good. So yes, thank you very much. Thank you, Mbidi Emmanuel. I think you noted what he said, His Excellency. He's making some suggestions, registration and all of that. You address that later. Let's still have more people make comments, then you add it up in your response. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay. So, yes, there is Dr. Uche. Dr. Uche, I called you before. Uche Bonny Life. Uche Bonny Life. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much for all you're doing, for everyone for being part of this coalition meeting. I am Dr. Uche Bonilai Fundo. I currently reside in this great state of New Jersey, and I am the coordinator of Imo State ADC Diaspora and the representative of His Excellency, former Governor of Imo State, Right Honorable Meki Hedioha, in the diaspora. I am not, I recently joined the coalition group led by Professor Issa Odidi because I did it with him. I'm very familiar with him, and I did the same thing with him in 2023. I am always in line with what needs to be done, as opposed to long speeches or parables that may not lead us anywhere. Currently, the APC, which is the big elephant in the room, are saturating the diaspora networks with information, with recruitment. Here in the United States, they've recruited a lot of my friends and colleagues, and they're saturating the networks everywhere. ADC must pay attention to information management and information mismanagement. Those two things are very critical. In the last 2023, Professor Isodidi will know I was part of that movement that we created the Situation Room and recruited Nigerians in Nigeria from the diaspora to begin to engage in information management, dissemination, and mismanagement against and for the party and against the opposition. The diaspora network or diaspora leadership must pay attention to one or two things, find out one or two things that the party needs, especially the social media management and completely the information management. And then fund it, raise money to fund that particular need of the party. Because if you put your hand, I like low-hanging fruits. I'm a retail politician as an analyst. I like low-hanging fruits. If you put your hands in too many buckets, you'll probably get confused, and then you probably have competing interests. Find out one thing that a party needs. Now I know that information is really critical because ADC is a coalition, like His Excellency said, of different parties. They've now come together with a structure yet to be able to now match what APC is doing currently. the diaspora team can help the party by putting together subcommittees that will be able to focus on some of these things and recruit people now. I heard somebody from cybersecurity speak earlier. Those are people that can be in subcommittee. Find out the expertise people in the diaspora have that could be leveraged now, and then find whatever little resources, because a lot of people are, some people like us may not need funding, but we may have some things that will recruit, find some funding that will set these things up and begin to match APC now with their disinformation, with their circulation of misinformation, because if you wait and wait and wait, they will saturate everywhere. They're already infiltrating some of my colleagues here in America, and they are doing it and even coming to me to help them. When you look at it covertly, you find out that it is really APC that they are working for. So that's really what I want to point out. Information management now and now and now and not later. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Another good suggestion there. Good resourceful tips. I think we just lost His Excellency. I think it's the phone or probably the network. But that.
No, I'm here.
Ah, okay.
I'm here.
Which number, sir?
I'm here.
It's a different phone.
Well, I think you can see me.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Oh, sorry.
I'm here.
I thought...
I think the last speaker had identified something that is very common in diasporan politics. Because in 2015, the same thing was what was deployed. So I think it is noted. The Secretary in the office is also on this discussion, and she's noting some of these things because, like I said from the beginning, all that is discussed here will be reviewed, and we will formulate lines of actions and then timeline them. We're also going to meet again. Maybe next will be purely the leaders of the various diasporan networks to now choose some of the things that were suggested here and marshal out the way forward. I indeed agree that time is of the essence, and I've raised this with the party, that we don't have the comfort of time. If the APC, which is in government controlling the resources of this country, are actively dishing out misinformation, distorting and contaminating the political space, we don't have the comfort to trial them and correct this information because that will be capital intensive. So we have to match them now. Match them word for word, propaganda for propaganda, fire for fire. And this is the only language they will understand, and they will realize that the election is not going to be a joke. But if you give them space, they may even start manipulating the election before we will get there. So I think I agree with the last speaker. And then there are subsequent speakers who spoke about the nature of the structure. I am of the candid opinion, just like I did indicated in my opening remarks, that the best for now is to manage these tendencies. With time, we can evolve into an entity, but it is only going to take time, and it will also depend on how we are able to manage ourselves, build trust, and the confidence of each other. Then we will be able to now melt into a very solid structure. But trying to enforce it now is going to be counterproductive. So I will appeal from my knowledge of the diaspora network, because if you listen to various leaders speaking, you can even now, the last person said he's speaking for even, he has a diaspora network for Imo State.
Mm-hmm.
And if you continue, you can also get people who have diaspora network for even their ward.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of people from that ward that are in diaspora. They are coordinating. So I think the essence of this office of the national coordinator is to harness this huge potential, maximize it for the benefit of the party. So as to the issue of structure, these tendencies, I'm going to do my best to ensure that we'll manage it. What we're going to do is we're now going to issue letters to these various organizations so that they can be recognized and to be able to operate legitimately in their various domains. Because in diaspora, documentation is very, very critical. It's not like Nigeria where you can at least just go to a place and introduce myself. I said, I am Barrister Solomon Dalung, Chief Doctor, and people will clap for you. No. If you say you are this, you must back it up with documents. So I will engage my my colleagues, the various vice chairmen will come together, and then we issue recognition and we document these recognitions to various diaspora network, their leaders and their operations. And then we'll also be monitoring and we'll be meeting just like we are doing. We're also going to embark on physical meetings, just like the town hall meetings some are suggesting. Already I have invitation from some of the diaspora networks to physical or town hall meetings. We will try to see how we raise funds to participate in those engagements, because it's going to strengthen the leadership there. It's going to also strengthen the organization and empower them to be able to have a wider reach out. Also, we should know that the diaspora networks also are custodian of our democracy, because they engage their home government in terms of lobbying, either for development or collaboration or partnership.
Partnership.
Yes. Sometimes even there will be engagement with some of the parliaments, so that if the ADC comes into power, we may even have training programs or sharing of ideas where our legislators, through the diaspora,
I think the line is frozen there. Yes, you all can hear what His Excellency, the coordinator for ADC Diaspora, is saying. Very good response there to Nnamdi's comments and some of your comments.